I'm back for round two. Okay, so I was talking about the yin yoga stuff. Okay, so obviously, along with everything else that I was saying about, like, kids, pain, whatever else, it means I've not been able to focus intently like I usually do on my training. So that's my next step. It kind of turned out really weird this weekend because it was, 1 minute it was skinny club today, then library. I don't know what's going on today. I don't know if Theo still wants to go to library because there's only me and her now, because Rain's staying at my mum's, Joan's staying at my good friend Kaz's. I know Theo wants to nip up to Primark to spend a voucher that she got for her birthday, which is fine. But today is, or slash this evening, is going to be intense training on my yin courses. Like I said, it's with me, I have to be in a place where I can focus, because obviously, as you guys know, my memory is really rubbish a lot of the time. I am good at explaining stuff once it's in my head, and when I'm in a good place, it's there. I'll pick it up from nowhere. Especially when it concerns health and wellness for not only myself but other people. I'm going to get really irritated to fly on my phone case. Anyway, so this evening, later on in this evening, I'll be intently focusing on the training. And as I was saying, obviously it's been a while since I've mentioned them, but I was put in touch with Shaw Healthcare. Okay, this was a while back now, just before Christmas. Obviously at that point I'd got really, really annoyed. We'd started to struggle money-wise, which has been an issue ever since I've become disabled. Okay, no one will take me on to be able to work. And in all honesty, I can understand why. I do have a lot of issues where even now, as you're well aware, I struggle where I can't do much with my arms, for example. It takes me a lot longer to do things like put my dreads in myself, because I get so far and there's so much aching going on, there's muscle loss everywhere, which at the moment I'm going through that phase of regrowing the muscle, I suppose, if that's what you call it, but gently, because I know from past experience, if you do it too quick, you just end up back on your ass again, basically. So obviously I've not really been massively in touch with them for the last month, 2 months, primarily obviously with everything going on, the new pains, the changes in medication driven, and then everything together. Obviously that is what creates the problem for me, where I spiral back down and luckily hang on to the edge of that deep dark hole and not go back down again. Okay, but then it takes a while to come back up. But I've realised the slower and the steadier I go, the more it's the longer it's gonna last. The good side, I'm gonna blow you up because I've got to put my eyebrow stuff and stuff on now. So anyway, it's got to a point obviously where they've sent off for the DBS check and things like that. So that's already, the details are being put off, waiting for the check to come back, which shouldn't take too much longer. It's usually about 2 weeks, and I don't have anything on my record. Obviously I worked on the door for 19, 20 years. They always come back absolutely fine, clear. And prior to that as well, I also did youth work, which also back then came up clear, obviously. So that isn't a massive issue. So once that's done, then I can start offering the young pupils yin yoga sessions, classes.
You mean kids?
No, well, kids as well, yes, but the young people's one comes first. Okay, so that is where obviously a lot of young people these days, obviously as well since COVID, have had a lot of problem with the anxiety levels, social anxiety, etc. All kinds of different mental health problems which are only just becoming uncovered now. Okay, that includes my own, and I'm not a young person. Okay, but then you have Theo, who is. I know what her issues are. We generally manage to get through them. She is getting so much better these days, including where it comes to asking for help without actually asking for help. She doesn't think she does, and she doesn't even think she talks to me so much, but she doesn't have to say physical words. And she has herself tried yin yoga, and it has helped in terms of relaxing the mind, becoming still in the mind, where you can just forget everything else that's bothering you, even if it's just for that hour and a half, and that's where it all starts. Okay, so that's where we're at the minute with the DBS check, and as I said, hopefully soon I can then get a start on both the workshops. Oh, that was a bit dark there. The workshops for the yin yoga, and of course the classes. And then, as you heard Rain saying, I will actually be doing moving into yoga for kids as well. Now theirs will be yoga with yin involved in it. Okay, because they are not going to be able to sit still for up to 5 minutes in a pose. And that's just because their minds obviously are too restless to sit still. And that's the only reason why. So their poses will be slightly less, and it won't be so much classed under yin. It's just got yin aspects to it. So anyway, it's got me completely off track. But the point is, the good news is there is a group of people so far that are interested, which is brilliant. And then this is where I'm going to be searching for a lot of help. I need to try and figure out how to become a community interests company, if that's what they call it. Because this for me, my vision basically is to help as many people within my community as possible. Okay, I know this works, yin yoga and the meditation, relaxation, things like that. I know it works. I've done it. It's now got me twice out of the wheelchair. Okay, so for those purposes, I want to be able to share that and make other people aware of how they can use it on and off the mat to get themselves healthier, to get themselves happier, feel happier. You know, that's the way forward. We need this. That the world needs it because of the state the world's in. Conflicts, wars, economic crisis, and too many people that are in power who shouldn't be in power because they haven't got a clue what they're doing. All they want is the power. That's what they're in it for. We all know this. Okay. So yeah, but that's my route. That's my own. One of my end goals is to be able to become a business within the community that helps with well-being and health holistically. So hopefully then that will be able to put me in touch with a lot more funding pots that can, for example, cover the cost of room hire, for example, so that I can pay for a lot more room hire in various places over my community, so within Corby, so it'd be the other side of town as well as this side of town, because I'm not able to cover the costs myself, okay, and if people don't book in, then that's me losing out of pocket, and I can only do that to a certain point. So that's where hopefully the funding pots will come in and cover that, and also help with stuff like equipment, like the propping. So it's, you know, it's bolster cushions, it's pillows, blankets, yoga mats, okay, and hopefully then I'll have enough of a base to be able to keep certain items at different places, because some people are aware, at the minute I don't drive. I can drive. My anxiety levels at that test stage is just, it's not there, especially where they have to, the way they have to be when they're sat next to you, especially the ones that are really nasty. I may explain that later on, but this one's going to finish. I'm not even halfway through the makeup part yet, so there will be probably quite a few parts, so I'm going to say bye for this one, and I'll see you in part 3.